Good morning, students. Now we are going to start the new lesson. The name of the lesson is Inflation, Module 4, Lesson 4. Module 4, Lesson 4. The name of the lesson is Inflation. So in this topic, what we are going to cover, number 1, concepts of inflation, various concepts of inflation, then causes of inflation, then demand pull inflation, cost push inflation, and effects of inflation. That is what we are going to discuss. These points we are going to discuss. So let us start with concepts of inflation. The general meaning of inflation is a rise in the general price level. That means when the price rises, we call it inflation. Now, various types of inflation: single digit and double digit inflation. Single digit inflation is from 0.01 to 9.99% per year. It is a normal feature. It is also called as moderate inflation. When inflation crosses double digit, 10% and above per year, it is called as running inflation and double digit inflation. Second, headline and core inflation. Now, what is headline inflation? Headline or top line inflation is a measure of total inflation within the economy. It is measured on the basis of wholesale price index. It is the current rate of inflation at which prices are rising now. For the typical households, the headline rate of inflation matters. Second, core inflation. It is a measure of inflation which excludes transitory or temporary price volatility, as in case of commodities like food items and energy products. Core inflation, in short CI, is equal to headline inflation HL minus food and fuel prices FF. So CI is equal to HL minus FF. FF is food and fuel prices. So core inflation is equal to HL, that is headline inflation, minus FF, food and fuel prices. Now, food inflation, it is calculated on the prices of the food articles in the primary article group and manufactured food products in the manufactured products group. This is from the primary article groups. The important articles are rice, wheat, pulses, vegetables, potatoes, onions, fruits, milks, eggs, meat, fish, etc. Under manufactured food products, the main items included are tea, sugar, etc. So when that prices of these commodities are going up, it is called as food inflation. Retail inflation, the retail price inflation is measured on the basis of consumer price index. It reflects the actual inflation borne by an individual consumer. Now, next point, what are the causes of inflation? The causes of inflation can be classified as demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Both have separate diagrams. So first we will discuss about demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation is rising because of the factors. Number 1, increase in the money supply. When the monetary authorities increase the money supply in excess of supply of goods and services, it results in additional demand and consequent increase in price level. Second, deficit financing. Deficit financing undertaken for unproductive investment becomes inflationary even when it is used on productive activities. Prices would still increase during gestation period. Third point, credit creation. Commercial banks increase the quantity of money in circulation when they advance loans through credit creation. Next, exports. Exports reduce the goods available in the domestic market. An increase in exports would aggravate the situation by reducing the supply of goods. Next, repayment of public debt. When public debts are repaid, people will have more income at their disposal, which increases the demand for goods and services. Next, black money. People with black money indulge in extravaganza, affecting the demand and so the price level. And the last, increase in population. Because of increase in population, demand outstrips supply, so the price level also rises. So these are the causes of demand pull inflation. Because of these causes, demand is rising, and because demand is rising, price is also rising. This is called as demand pull inflation. I will explain it to you with the help of diagram. This diagram explains the demand pull inflation. It explains an increase in the price level due to the demand pull. Demand is rising. AS is the supply curve. AS is the supply curve. And OP1 is the price. OP1 is the price which is determined. OP1 is the price which is determined by the interaction of AD1 and AS curve. So price is decided at OP1. The curve is intersecting with each other at point A. Okay. The demand curve shifts from AD1 to AD2, from AD1 to AD2, AD3, AD4. Accordingly, price is also rising from OP1 to OP2, OP3, OP4. Supply responds to an increase in demand up to Y4 level. Supply responds only up to this Y4 level. Shifts in demand from AD1 to AD4, AD1 to AD4 results increase in price as well as supply. However, additional supply is not enough, especially after Y3, which prevents the price from rising. Now understand here there is a full employment level. After that, there is no other alternative at point D. There is no other alternative to the producer to increase the price. So price is rising. That is what is the meaning of this demand pull inflation. Let us go to the next point, cost push inflation. The main causes in an increase in cost are increase in prices of labor, increase in the profit margin, etc. They push prices. Important cost push factors are increase in wages. When price increases due to increase in wage, it is called as wage push inflation. Second, increase in material cost. Prices of materials may increase either due to increase in demand or owing to national and international developments, which is responsible for inflation. Next, increase in profit margin. The desire to have higher profit margin causes an inflationary trend. Next, other factors. Prices may go up due to scarcity. Scarcity can be natural scarcity or artificial scarcity. Natural calamities like droughts, floods, etc. are responsible for the inflation. Now the definition, this meaning of cost push and the factors of cost push inflations we discussed. Now we will see how we can explain with the help of diagram. In the diagram, OP1 is the price which is determined at the interaction of AD curve, this is AD curve, and AS1 curve. AS1 is supply curve, AD is a demand curve at point A, and the output level is OY1, which we may assume as a full employment output. Supply curve shifts to the left from AS1 to AS2. And it intersects the demand curve at point B, which is establishing new price, OP1, price is rising. Again supply curve shifts to the left that is AS3, and prices also rises to OP3. So this is the decrease in price is mainly due to the cost push inflation. The increase in price is rising from OP1 to OP2, OP3. So this is what is called as cost push inflation. Now the next point is, what are the effects of inflation? The effects of inflation: number one, investment and production. The first effect is on investment and production. If the inflation occurs in less than full employment economy, it stimulates investment, and it increase in investment results in more production. The positive effects on investment and production will be felt till the economy reaches to the full employment. Beyond this point, inflation grows into running inflation, which is, if it is uncontrollable, it grows to the hyperinflation. Second, real income. Real income or the purchasing power of money declines. There is an inverse relationship between price level and value of money. This is the effect of inflation. Then employment. Inflation provides the incentive to invest and produce. Employment opportunities increase with the additional investment. To provide more employment or to reduce unemployment, the price level should be allowed to increase. Next, income distribution. During inflation, prices of all goods and services do not increase at a uniform rate. Entrepreneurs earn more profit. The investors in financial assets earn fixed rate of returns. Speculators stand to gain. This is the effect of inflation. Then on farmers can earn more income due to increase in agricultural prices. Inflation helps them to pay off their old debts. Then next, fixed income groups. This group is usually called middle class. The additional wages, salaries and dearness allowances granted by the government do not completely compensate the loss of their income. Then next, debtors and creditors. Money income of the people increases during inflation. The burden of the debt is reduced. The creditors who receive their credit back during inflation are the losers. Then social and political disturbances. Inflation increases the inequality of income. The relation between employer and employee becomes increasingly strained. Labor unrest spreads. Inflation leads to corruption, smuggling, etc. So social tension leads to political and administrative problems. So these are the effects of inflation on the society. Sometimes, mild and creeping inflation may have been a favorable effect. The negative effects of higher rate of inflation, however, far exceed the positive one. So this is what you have to understand about the inflation. So students, in this topic what we have discussed, there are two main causes of inflation. First, I told you about the concepts of inflation. Then two causes of inflation: demand pull and cost push. Demand pull, cost push diagrams also we have discussed. And then we discuss the effects of inflation. The question can be distinguished between demand pull and cost push inflation or effects of inflation on the economy. This is what you have to write the answer in this way. Thank you very much.